Our sponsor today is Metropolitan Community College Blue River. Tom Meyer is here. He's going to give us an update about what's going on at the college.
Thank you, Chair Franklin. Thank you, Tom, and your team for lunch today, for the luncheon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you all. We are your local community college, and we are thrilled to sponsor today's luncheon for the school districts of Eastern Jackson County to hear their updates. Some things that are happening at MCC Blue River. First and foremost, I'm going to go from top left to the right, bottom left to the right. We have our grand opening of the MCC Blue River East Campus, January 2022. We are so excited. This will be the home to the line program, to our commercial driver's license, the Great Plains OSHA Education Training Center, and forklift and warehousing logistics. We're going to be bringing approximately 150 additional students to this area every week, and we are just really excited about that. So look for the ribbon cutting sometime in February. It'll be nice and warm. All for the children, the next one is the Kansas City Career Construction Academy. And so we are expanding. This was a partnership that started with North Kansas City Public Schools. It's a 2-year dual credit program where juniors and seniors can graduate with their associate degree in building construction. They get 2 certificates along the way. One's an OSHA certificate. We are so excited that we will be starting that at the Blue Springs School District this fall. We have about 16 students enrolled, so we are just really excited about that. Next, every year, I think you all know, we do the All for the Children's Festival. This is open to the public, it's free. We have giveaways, we get sponsors. It's really to raise awareness to domestic violence and child abuse, which Eastern Jackson County has one of the highest rates of. So we really try to get people out, and we do a lot of awareness around those issues. And then we also do literacy throughout the lifetime. So Mid-Continent Public Library comes out, they donate books. It's just a really fun event. Leftover bags we always donate to the Little Blue Elementary School. And so we're proud to partner with the school district on that project as well. And all school districts are invited to that. You'll see there then that we do the George K. Bingham Academy. That's some artwork that the students are working on. We host that at the Blue River campus every summer. We're thrilled. We usually get about 20 students come out to the Blue River campus to take dual credit art programming. Really nice program. We are so pleased. It's not limited to independent school district, but we get most of the students come from independent school district on that one. The bottom, you'll see our Public Safety Institute. And despite COVID, we were able to graduate 2 healthy classes. Enrollment is up this year at our Public Safety Institute. We have no idea why, but we are thrilled. And so we have more police cadets coming through, more than 50 fire cadets coming through. Cybersecurity is up, EMT is up. So it's really a good thing for this area and for the country. And we are just really excited about that. Well, that picture there at the bottom right-hand corner, those are the students that won first place in a nationwide community college cybersecurity hackathon. Yeah, thank you for those ones. I should have said. And then our high school data. So here's some numbers from the 3 high schools that we'll be presenting today. And so you see their total 2020 grads. The number of students that enrolled at MCC, the percentage, and then the number that take advantage of the A+ scholarship. So once again, these are really healthy partnerships, and we are thrilled to be a strong partner in the region. And finally, we have on your table is a flyer of a new fundraiser that we are launching this year. It's called Aiming for Success. It is a trap shoot. We're going to be hosting it on Saturday, October 9th. It's going to be at the Lake Lottawanna Sportsman's Club. Family-friendly, barbecue, prizes, giveaways. There will be a beginners section. That's where I'll be, where they're going to teach us how to get more engaged in the sport. Please help spread the word. Let me know if you're interested in sponsorships. All of the proceeds will go to student scholarships. And once again, we are just so proud to sponsor today's luncheon with our high school partners. And with that, I thank you and ask you to please enjoy your lunch.
Okay, now we will roll right into the program. It's nice to have the State of the Schools program today. We're going to hear from the 3 superintendents that represent the school districts that have students from Independence. We're going to start out with Dr. Bob Jerome from Blue Springs, and then he'll introduce the others as we go. So, all right.
Thank you so much. It's great to have an opportunity to talk about all the wonderful things happening in the Blue Springs School District. I'll just say right now, I can't compete with the Santa Calagon swag, so I'm not going to try, but we'll do our best here. You know, this last year and a half has been completely unprecedented for us all, and education is no exception. To try to figure out a way to educate all our kids in the midst of a pandemic has been quite a task, quite an undertaking. All the number of grad courses I ever took preparing in this profession, they never talked about how do you pull this off. And so I think what that really emphasizes is the importance of partnership and collaboration. Tom Meyer talked about it a little bit earlier with MCC. I can just say this is my, I think, 49th day on the job, if I'm counting. And I really appreciate the partnership already that I've established with Dr. Hurl, Dr. Snodgrass. We've known each other for a little while, and I've already been able to call them and get advice and just bounce ideas off of one another. So look forward to our continued partnership moving forward in the years to come. So we're excited to talk a little bit about coming back to school. We welcomed 100 new teachers back to the Blue Springs School District last week, and started with our professional development with our new staff, returning teachers after a long summer, hopefully of plenty of rest and relaxation and recharging, returned this Monday, and then students come back into our buildings on the 23rd. We had the highest number of students enrolled in summer school this year, had tremendous participation in our summer school programs, and I know they're excited to come back into our buildings starting on Monday. We finished last year in the pandemic with 85% of our students in-person learning, and we provided in-person learning to our kids throughout the entirety of last school year, thanks to the support of our Board of Education, which I'm extremely grateful for. We're hopeful, and I know that the Delta variant is on top of mind for everyone right now, but we're hopeful to have over 90% participation in person to start this school year as we work through it. Some celebrations. Recently discovered that our Delta Woods Middle School was honored as a Gold Star recipient, one of the 8 schools in the state of Missouri to earn that distinction. Very similar criteria and how they measure success and tab schools to be recipients of the Gold Star to the National Blue Ribbon standards as well. So academic achievement, closing the achievement gap within our subgroups throughout our school system. Delta Woods met all those criteria and earned Gold Star recognition. And we're hopeful in the weeks to come that we'll hear some good news from the National Blue Ribbon Committee as well. Something we're extremely proud of and working together as a district. It takes all of us to make it happen on a day-to-day basis. And our transportation department has been phenomenal. For 30 consecutive years, they've received a 90% or greater rating on the regulations and standards with our bus fleet of 154 buses. Director Jeremy Morgan, the mechanics, the drivers, the staff in our transportation department give me incredible peace of mind knowing that our kids are in tremendous hands coming to school and going home from school, as well as our activity programs. Our transportation department is just amazing. It's been an incredibly busy summer. Back in May, our Board of Education placed 2 no tax rate increase questions on the August 3rd ballot. Our largest bond in the history of the school district, $107 million, and a no tax rate increase levy fund transfer, moving dollars from the debt service fund to operations. Our voters came out in full support of these 2 questions, which we're extremely grateful for. 82% support on our bond issue and 72% support on our levy fund transfer. And as a result, we're going to be able to do a number of tremendous things for our students and staff in our district. Back in 2018, we ran a very similar campaign, and we had the opportunity to move away from the freshman center concept in the Blue Springs School District And we moved the freshmen at Blue Springs South to the main campus at that location. And it was a tremendous success. And now we're in a position with the support of the community to do the same for the freshmen at Blue Springs High School. And so this is a rendering of the northwest corner of Blue Springs High School's main campus, a two-story addition to accommodate an additional 600 students, freshmen, at that location in that campus. Some other things that we're going to look to do at that site, reconfigure some traffic flow patterns up front on Ashton Drive. We're going to construct a new pool facility. The current pool at that site was built in 1979, and so it's well past its lifespan, and we're excited to provide a new pool for the program there at Blue Springs High School, as well as adding a tennis court so that they're up to standard with the schools across the area. One of the most exciting opportunities that we have here is now that we moved our freshmen out of the freshman campus, the freshman center, it opens up this entire facility for us to redesign and create a state-of-the-art career and innovation center. One aptly named for the just retired Dr. Annette Seago. Dr. Annette Seago was an assistant superintendent for us for a number of years and was just relentless in her pursuit for offering new innovative programs for our kids in the areas of dual credit, vocational career tech. That's something that she really had a great vision for, and that's what this program, who this program will be named after. We received a grant from the Kauffman Foundation in the last year to explore real-world learning opportunities for our kids in the Blue Springs School District. And that's something that we're excited to venture down that path to create more opportunities for our kids to obtain by the year 2030 at least one market value asset for every single graduate in our district. And what is a market value asset? A market value asset is a number of things. It could be college credit, placing them on an advanced track in order to pursue a college degree. It might be a credential or a certification that gives them a leg up when they go in for that first interview with an employer in the area of vocational trade, career tech trade, and that's something that they're able to do. We're also looking at job internships, job shadowing, mentorships, plenty of opportunities for us to continue to partner with our businesses and the community to make sure that our kids aren't just learning within the four walls of their classroom, they're getting out in the business community and trying to explore those career pathways for success post-graduation. That's something we are super excited about. You see a number of the programs listed up here. This is just a very, obviously, rough concept of what this could look like. That state-of-the-art facility, we're going to reimagine what it looks like in the health sciences field for our nursing program, our surgical tech program that we're starting this year, agriculture, aviation. We have a flight simulator, a drone instruction program that is super popular. Gaming is also listed up there. For the first time in the history of our district, we started an esports program. Over 100 kids involved in that program can earn scholarship opportunities for college in the area of esports. Culinary arts, which we partner with Fort Osage. Our vision long-term is to create a restaurant at this location for our kids to be able to operate all facets of a restaurant and open it up to the community for them to experience that at that facility. A Microsoft Innovation Lab for not only our students, but members of the community to earn certifications in the area of computer science. Be one of the first in the entire country to start that at the Microsoft Innovation Lab. So the possibilities are endless for what we're able to create with this new Career Tech Center. We are all struggling trying to find workers at this point in time, and we are no exception in the area of education. Several years ago, our Education Foundation started our Grow Your Own teacher program, and we're just now starting to see the benefit of that program paying off. Our kids that have graduated have gone on to college and are now returning to begin student teaching this year for us in the classroom. And that's something that we're going to start at a very early age, middle school years, just trying to foster that interest in pursuing a career in education. We're looking forward to doing that and seeing where that program takes us. So back to the bonds and the projects that we're going to be able to accomplish. District maintenance is huge. We have a number of issues as far as replacing rooftops, new HVAC units throughout the district that we're going to be able to take care of and protect our current investments. Franklin Smith Elementary School is our last of the 13 elementary schools to not have a multi-purpose room. We're going to be able to add that multi-purpose room space there, which is hardened space, able to withstand an EF5 tornado. This is a picture of the current cafeteria. It's very small and extremely loud inside that room. And so this is going to be reconfigured for instructional space. And they're also going to receive a new kitchen. In addition to 5 elementaries receiving new upgraded kitchens through our district, every single location in our district will now be able to actually cook and prepare food on site. Up until this point, we've had to deliver food to 5 locations. And so you can imagine the cost associated with that, the transportation, and the quality is not as good as it could be, let's be honest. And so now we're able to cook on site, and that's going to be a great benefit for those kids. We have a number of areas of growth in our district, both on the north, the south, and the southwest corners of our district. We're going to add classroom space at James Lewis Elementary, William Bryan Elementary, and Chapel Lakes Elementaries in our district to accommodate the new growth, as well as some new additions at John Nallen and James Walker Elementary to help with traffic flow concerns that we experience on a daily basis. Our no tax rate increase levy fund transfer is going to be able to offer us the opportunity to hire more support in the area of mental health. Prior to the pandemic, we had a concern with mental health, and certainly as we emerge out of the pandemic, eventually, hopefully, we will definitely have a need for more mental health services for our kids. And so we have a vision and a plan to hire additional licensed professional counselors to assist in that regard. We also have a need for physical health supports and hiring registered nurses, so we have the most highly qualified individuals to respond to emergencies for our kids throughout our district is something we're intent on focusing moving forward. And of course, an ability to maintain class sizes and to make sure that we have optimal learning environments for our kids. You know, all throughout this year and a half, it's been extremely stressful. The anxiety's high. When teachers come back to us this week, we wanted to just challenge them to remember why they entered into education. It's really difficult when you're in the midst of teaching in a pandemic and a mask and virtual and quarantine kids and everything that's going on, trying to handle all those stressors, or stresses, I should say. It can wear you down, and they were beat down at the end of the year after a very, very long year. But challenging them to remember why they entered into education is super important. And we created a video to share with them as they came back to the school district earlier this week to share so they can help remember their why. I'll share that with you now.
Hi, my name is Sydney Wade. I go to Blue Springs High School, and I will be going to the University of Missouri to study elementary education. It is so hard to wrap my mind around the fact that I'm going to be graduating. I feel like it's going to be so different. I'm excited and I'm nervous, but I'm super thankful for all the teachers that have helped me, and I know that every single one of them has made an impact. I have memories and moments in every single one of my classes that I will always remember.
My name is Isaiah Frost. I'm a senior at Blue Springs South High School, and I'm going to Mizzou next year. I'm extremely proud just from being that little kid just dreaming to play Division I baseball, and now I'm achieving that dream, and just everyone that helped me along the way, I just could never thank them enough because they've just helped me be the person that I am today.
I just want to say thank you to my teachers because you made a really big impact on me. Every single classroom that I have ever walked into has helped me build to become a better person, whether it's curriculum skills, social skills.
Just how much that the teachers and everybody here just cares about the students and how they want everybody to succeed and help them to be a better person.
I want to do what you're doing, so it makes me feel extremely excited to graduate from a school that is so much love and so much of a family.
Sydney is one of our Grow Your Own recipients this past spring, and so she's going to return to our district to teach in 4 years and work with our kids, and we're super excited for her to be able to do that. and thrilled with that program and the direction that it's going. Again, just a reminder to our staff, remember your why when things get tough, and I think that's super important for them to always have that top of mind in the long days of the school year. But we're looking forward to welcoming our kids back, excited for the possibilities and seeing their success inside and outside the classroom. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Jason Snodgrass, Superintendent of Fort Osage School District.
Thank you, Dr. Jerome. This may be your 49th day, but they say, I don't know if this is accurate, but the first 5,000 are the most challenging. So I'm still waiting for that. I think I did some math back there. This is day 2,190 for me. So.
Quietly, I'm going to call on you a number of times.
It is certainly tremendous to be here today. It really is to have everybody in person, to see your smiling faces. We start school on Monday, 23rd. We're ready for school. Yeah. And we had our new teachers in last week. We had all staff in this Monday. We had our in-person convocation, which is our annual back-to-school meeting. Everybody was excited. We were excited. And as Dr. Jerome said, there have been challenges. There's no question about it. And to really continue to keep the focus on students is how we really manage and maintain that. Keep the focus on students and continue to remember what we can control. We can only control what's before us, and those are the students that get on our bus. Those are the students that we see early in the morning in our child care program. Those are the students that our food service program with families, just from the time the pandemic started until the start of school last year, they served over 500,000 meals. That's tremendous. And those are the impacts that I'm just so proud to stand here before you today as Superintendent of Schools at Fort Osage School District. So doing some great things. It's been challenging, but keep the focus on students and student achievement. Last year, we had more questions than answers. As our faculty, as our staff, as we planned on what school would look like last year, we had questions. And the day that I was talking, this is a true story, the day that we were having a conversation in my office about how to disinfect monkey bars, we knew that we had really got into the weeds on that. But what does recess look like? What does passing time look like? What does a classroom and social distancing look like? The list goes on and on. And the thing about this is, you continue to keep focus again on students and what's best for students, what's best for staff, and always keep that in mind. And I believe if you do that, you're going to come out ahead. We have still questions today. We don't have all the answers, but when we don't have the answers, we continue to communicate, we continue to discuss. We do have a collaborative superintendent group that are truly become, through this process, friends. Yeah, we still want to play each other during the week in activities and root for your team and those kinds of things for sure. But whenever you're planning and organizing and preparing for a successful school year, we're very collaborative. We've had several summer projects, and most school districts do this, but we're very proud of what we were able to accomplish this year. These were not bond issue projects. We did a lot of exterior facelifts in our district to several of our elementaries. We started at our east in Buckner Elementary School. We had several paint projects, exterior concrete, and we also added a new parking lot and bus loop that are able to now get traffic, which was a safety concern for us, off of Buckner-Tartney Road. And so we also, at Fire Prairie Upper Elementary, paint and concrete. The list goes on throughout the remainder of our district. We're excited about the things we're able to accomplish this summer. And to see those faculty come back and see those improvements over the summer, we're really excited to see that. Just some more of our projects, as mentioned. We also passed a bond issue and levy transfer in our district in April. It was a very successful campaign, and as I told the faculty the other day, this is a direct, in my opinion, a direct result of the wonderful things that they're doing wonderful things that our folks are able to accomplish with our students. We too passed a nearly 80% success rate with our bond and nearly 70% success rate with our levy transfer. So we're excited about that. I will say the end result is in the summer of 2023, which seems like a long time from now, but when you start ordering steel during a pandemic, it takes a little bit longer. The end result is that we will complete these projects on time in 2023. Now the time frames in between there may look a little different than what we originally planned. We're going to have a meeting at 1:30 today, so I better hurry up. We have a meeting at 1:30 today to talk about and continue every 2 weeks. What does this look like? And we've had to pivot. We've had conversations about what this looks like. But we, I've made the statement in those meetings. If I need to get a shovel, then that's what we'll do. We're gonna get these things done and done on time. So some of our meetings have happened more frequently, so we're on the ball with those things. This is a rendering of our new district office, and on the back portion of that is going to be a new transportation and maintenance building. This will sit just east of, it'll be right on 24, east of the main campus, and we're excited about that. It'll be a one-level central office, and then really excited about the transportation and maintenance. Really the current space is just, this isn't working and just needs a lot of upgrades. This is a view of our main campus. A lot of folks don't understand and appreciate how important additional parking and traffic flow. It's a real safety concern currently for us. So we're going to add over 600 parking spots on our main campus. Also, we're going to add a new bus loop from our new transportation to our main campus that will allow our transportation to stay away from our main traffic flow with car riders. That'll really help the traffic, as well as the main entrance of the campus. If you come to our district during a school day, any time between about 7:15 and 7:40, you'll sit there for a little bit. So we're gonna help people get in, get out of our campus with some of these improvements. This picture represents the kindergarten class of 2033 who are entering kindergarten at Fort Osage School District on Monday. And if you think about that and you reflect on that, what experiences and what opportunities, what skills do we want those students in their 13 years of Fort Osage School District to look like? We know that we're going to teach math and science and social studies and history and personal finance. We're going to teach all those courses. That's certainly important. But beyond that, what other skills are we teaching them? Teamwork, leadership, think critically, problem solving. Those are the true skills that I believe that you're teaching students that are truly important. This is a K-12 initiative for us, and it's a team effort, and so we're excited about that as well. We too are in a real world learning opportunity, wanting to make sure all students are prepared when they walk out of the Community Christ Auditorium at graduation. When I became an educator in 1997, the fall of 1997, as a high school teacher, the focus was college. Where are you going to go to college? Where are you going to go to college? What are you going to major in? And that's still important. We do have students who are college bound, and we offer dual credit courses with. We have AP opportunities for students. That's important. Our Education Foundation this past year led an initiative to help those students who couldn't otherwise afford AP classes and also dual credit to pay that for them. That was huge for us. We had 110 students take advantage of that. But we also have other students who are not college bound. So what experiences and opportunities are we providing them? We have a business and community coordinator. She was here. Her name's Dylan Peterson. She had to leave to another meeting. And I'll have a slide at the end that has her information. She is making connections in the community with businesses, helping us with students get into those opportunities in those businesses, which is truly important to us. We also have 20 programs currently in our Career and Technology Center. We're adding HVAC and sports medicine this year. We added welding 2 years ago. Those programs have been very successful. We also have a really neat opportunity coming that will start the first day of school as well. We had a local business that sits along 24 Highway between Buckner and the main campus. It was called Rock and Bee, and it was a coffee shop. And it opened and it closed during the pandemic. And so it was on the market. So I made a phone call to them, And on June 30th, the district closed on a coffee shop. So what are we going to do at the coffee shop? It's going to be fully student-run, student-led. It also has an event space. So eventually, it's a 5,000 square foot building in the back. We're going to have event space. So what are we going to do with this? Not only is it a coffee shop where the students will plan, organize, market, do inventory, okay? But beyond that, event space, beyond that, culinary arts will be involved. They're going to serve various food items. We have also had a lot of conversations. For example, our broadcasting team will video and have commercials. We have a very successful FFA program. We have a farm to fort initiative. We're going to look to have a community garden. We're going to have a landscape design course that'll go out there and be able to utilize that space and possibly sell landscape plans. We're looking at having face painting in the fall for kids when they come out, our art students. The list goes on and on. So we're excited about that. And I have a video here from our partners at Link who came out and videoed about the coffee shop.
Fort Osage School District is certainly excited about the opportunity to open up this coffee shop and also event space in the future. This is a 5-acre property, which we believe the opportunities for students are much more than just a coffee shop. Learning how to run a business, operating a business, the problem-solving skills, the marketing skills that come with operating a business is just incredible. And so we're certainly excited about this for our students, and not only our students, but our community as well.
There's not a lot of things that are like opportunities that are like this, where it's just kind of a real-world example, being able to serve other people and just learning the basic skills of being on like a business side of things, management side of things, and just serving other people.
And I know for a fact from talking to the Buckner residents, they are thrilled that this is coming back. Just thrilled to have a nice place to go. It's a nice atmosphere, it's close. If you want to have meetings, it's a very central location.
When this coffee shop was open, there were several folks who used to come out here, enjoy the property, walk the space. Again, it's a 5-acre piece of property with a pond on it, with walking trails and all kinds of things. So we want this space to be not only very successful for our students and their learning experience, but also for the community and a space for all people, regardless of their age, to come and enjoy.
So next Monday, we will have our e-study students, that's our entrepreneur study students that will be housed there on a daily basis. And so beyond that, my favorite day this summer, my favorite day was taste testing coffee and also taste testing the culinary arts, the different foods that we're looking to sell there. The other piece is we did select the roastery coffee that will be sold there. The neat thing about that, and the reason I mention it, is not just because of the excellent coffee, but also they're going to help us, the students, train the students, and also they're going to allow us to use our logo and different things that elementary students may create for us, which may be seasonal and all those things like that. So we're, again, excited. Connect with us. As mentioned, Dylan Peterson's information is up there. Stephanie Smith does a tremendous job. She's our PR director. If you have something negative to say, please email her. If it's positive, you can email me. No, that's a joke. That's a joke, Stephanie. What'd you say? Okay. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And I know maybe we're close on time here. So the next speaker is Dr. Dale Hurl, Superintendent of Independence School District. And also, Dr. Hurl, come on up. He wanted to go last because he said he wanted to field all the questions.
So this has certainly been a challenging time. I think you listen to Dr. Jerome, Dr. Snodgrass, all 3 school districts you should be very proud of how they met kids' needs And one thing that I found through all of this is people that I would talk to, they would come up, no one ever through the entire COVID situation ever came up and said, boy, I want your job. And in case in point, pre-COVID, Dr. Snodgrass had hair like Fabio. But in all seriousness, the Board of Education members were introduced earlier. If you get a chance, please thank them. They have the absolute hardest voluntary position in America right now, and that's really the case. It's been difficult, but very proud of the partnership that we have with Fort Osage and Blue Springs and what we've been able to do for kids. It's been very busy here in the ISD. We also passed a bond issue, $43 million no tax increase bond issue. We passed it at 84.36%. In case you're keeping track, that is higher than Fort Osage or Blue Springs. But just putting that, it was actually the highest in the state of Missouri. We're focusing on safety and security improvements, secured vestibules at all of our elementary schools, fine arts and auditorium renovations, as well as playground upgrades. And then we do have some things as far as our athletics. We're going to have 8 tennis courts at Truman and Chrisman, stadium upgrade at Van Horn High School, and then softball fields also at Truman and Chrisman. So progress is promised. This was kind of our tagline. This summer it has been so busy and it's been so hard to get materials. Right now, we are just finishing up our secured vestibules at our elementary schools. We're actually still waiting on the fire-rated glass. So it's about 95% done, but we still have some of the glass to come in. 17 playground upgrades, 16 of which will be ready for the start of school. We did, again, have some supply chain issues, so one of our elementary schools will get completed sometime early September. Choir, orchestra, band, and auditorium renovations. This was so needed in our school district. A lot of those facilities have not been touched since they were built. So I have some pictures on that I'd like to show all of you, as well as FACS classrooms. That's Family and Consumer Science, your old home ec. So here's just an example in the upper left-hand corner. This is at Blackburn Elementary School. And where you see the easel standing there, that's the glass we're waiting on. It'll go straight across there. That'll be the secured entry. So in other words, someone coming into our schools has to go through 2 checkpoints to get in. The upper right-hand corner, that's at Glendale Elementary School. They got a whole new front facade and a remake of that vestibule area. And then what all of our kids love to see, 17 new playgrounds. We spent about $3 million on playgrounds within the ISD. Chrisman Band Room, the picture on the lower right-hand corner was just taken yesterday as I was walking through. Fabulous space, a much-needed upgrade. The upper left-hand corner, this was after we'd torn everything out there at Chrisman High School. Truman and Chrisman auditoriums, these are the projects that are largest that are going on right now, and they will be done late September, early October. The upper right-hand corner, that is Chrisman High School, and then the lower left-hand, that's Truman High School. Van Horn will get their improvements next summer. Again, supply chain issues, that seems to be the term that we hear all the time. We're waiting on lights to go in, so that's really holding us up. And these aren't just normal lights, they're Bluetooth enabled, so they have some special requirements that we have. Upper left-hand corner, if we have Truman High grad, it's in here. I know Doug Cowan is. Proud Patriot. That is the lecture hall. The seats actually went in yesterday. The far right-hand corner, this is the new FACS classroom, or the remodeled FACS classroom at Truman High School. The lower left is at Chrisman High School. And an exciting piece, this was just taken yesterday, lower right-hand corner. That is at Van Horn High School. The very first panel went up yesterday for the new stadium. So that will be ready to go. I don't remember the exact date. In October, the inaugural game will be Van Horn High School hosting Truman High School. So excited about that. And those of you who have been around Independence for a while, you may remember 14 years ago, we took over Van Horn High School and their feeder schools from KCPS. And it's had quite a renovation and rejuvenation in that area. As far as timelines, so next summer into the next year, Van Horn Cafeteria is going to be expanded. We'll go out to the west on that. Van Horn High School, again, 14 years ago, we took them in. The first day of school, 454 students walked through the door. Last year, we had over 1,100 students at Van Horn. So it's more than doubled. Obviously, we need more space. Pioneer Ridge Band and Orchestra Room, the current Science Center that's there will be turned into that space. Bridger and Allen will get new science rooms. Those are middle schools. And then we're going to have massive window replacements and HVAC upgrades throughout the school district. And here's some renderings of that. Upper left-hand corner, this is a Van Horn. It'll get pushed out. That's the cafeteria. Upper right-hand will be the new choir room at Van Horn High School. The lower left is a rendering of Bridger Middle School science classrooms. And then the lower right-hand is the area for band and orchestra at Pioneer Ridge Middle School. A few highlights of this past year. One thing that's been consistent about all three of our school districts, we had kids in person throughout the entire year. Last year, Independence was the earliest to start. We didn't wait till after Labor Day. I will tell you, those 2 weeks, I was more nervous than anybody can imagine, worried about, because we were the first ones to get started. So we had a great school year. William Chrisman was listed among U.S. News and World Report as one of the top high schools in the country. We have a Chrisman grad. Actually, I know Sauncey's a Chrisman grad. Van Horn High School took third at state. They actually, that was the boys, they lost in overtime of the semifinals on the last second bucket. Otherwise, they would have been playing for a state title. And Chrisman girls took fourth last year. Our child care reimbursement program. This is something that we just put into play. It'll actually start October 1st. If you work for the ISD, either classified or certified, and own your home, you will get 75% of your child care costs reimbursed by the district. This is one of the things that everybody, it seems like, is battling for employees. It's a tough market out there. So this is one of those things that we're doing to try to attract employees. I believe we have 32 signed up already. So we'll have 32 kids. And then we have another 9 that are going to have babies within the next 2 weeks. One of which is my new PR director, Megan Murphy. And then this is something I'm very proud of. We are the only school district in Missouri that Forbes magazine recognized as the top employer in the state of Missouri 2 consecutive years. No other school district in the state had that. Yeah. And I do have a year in review video for everyone.
We go to Independence at KMBC 9's Martin Augustine. Martin, we know the Independence School District is starting a couple of weeks earlier than other districts even close by.
Yeah, Rob, we're live here outside of Proctor Elementary in Independence. And yes, Independence starting what was the original date to get going for school this year, but they really felt like they didn't need to push things back to past Labor Day like many districts are doing because of the success they had during summer school.
To be able to be back in the classroom and to be able to be working with kids, it's just the best feeling in the world.
All right, Team of the Week time. The Van Horn soccer team has made a name for itself over the past few years. This season, the Falcons still flying high.
This is Coach Jesus Rodriguez's 6th year at the helm.
We would like to present the Van Horn soccer team with the Team of the Week award.
Thank you.
A first-of-its-kind program is teaching local students valuable life skills.
And for some of them, it is giving them a jump on a career they never expected.
You learn a lot from just doing the internship about your own financial stuff and budgeting and stuff. So it'll help you out even if you don't go into the banking field.
A local high school senior has achieved his childhood dream of being accepted into Harvard University.
To keep on succeeding, you have to fail at the same time. So I am embracing the new mistakes that I'm going to make. I am ready for them. I look forward to them because I'm certain they're going to take me out the other side stronger than before.
What a future. Love this kid. Bank plans to study computer science and politics at Harvard.
And a massive undertaking made easier thanks to the help of local teachers, parents, and the community. Now, Project Shine in the Independent School District is a day to reset buildings for the fresh start to the next school year. This year's Project Shine required more than 1,200 gallons of paint to cover 300,000 square feet of wall. The grounds are also covered in more than 64,000 pounds of new rubber mulch.
Morning, the Independence School District has a new incentive to help with childcare costs.
Yeah, listen to this. This comes as employers say they're struggling to hire people. Yeah. So employees will save money on Independent School District sponsored childcare through the ISD Childcare Reimbursement Program. They'll be reimbursed up to 75% of the cost.
Wow.
That money will allow us to save for college and do all kinds of other fun things with the kids that we didn't get to do before because daycare costs so much money.
Anybody paying for childcare right now is thinking, wow.
The Independent School District spending the day providing COVID-19 vaccines at Van Horn High School.
Granberg is one of dozens of students in the Independent School District who got their first dose of the Pfizer vaccine before returning back to the classroom this year.
The vaccine does help keep you safe, and we want to provide those choices for our families. If they want to participate, then they can choose to do so.
Well, kids in the Independent School District will notice some changes when they go back to school in a few weeks. They're going to find some new playgrounds.
This is not, these kids loving it, right? You guys, are you loving this?
Yeah.
You heard it there first, exclusive. She's loving it.
Because our patrons were so generous with the $43 million bond issue, we are able to renovate all of those spaces either this summer or next summer. So if you have softball questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Any tough one, Bob Jerome. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask? We're over time. You just want to get to where you need to go. I understand.
I'm so grateful that all three superintendents could be here today. I know that this is a ridiculously busy time for you all. So thank you for making this a priority today.